Hi everybody, and welcome to Current Interviews. I am going to talk today about workshops, and I am here with the very, very lovely, as always, Rachel Maunder. And workshops, are they important to a business? Can they help with conversions? What is it about workshops that makes things so much different?
Absolutely, they can help with conversions, and I would see them as a very key pillar to marketing.
Right.
And there's a number of reasons why that's the case. They give you a lot of opportunities. Firstly, they give you the opportunity to demonstrate your expertise. You can show off what you know. Obviously, you're telling them you're running a workshop, so you're teaching them something on that day. But an aside of that is that, of course, you can also be dropping in comments about all the other services that you can offer.
Right.
So therefore, you're also demonstrating the whole range of services that you do offer for your customers. Because, for example, if somebody comes on a Twitter course where they're learning to set up a Twitter account, they don't necessarily know that that same trainer will do your tweeting for you.
Offer that as a service.
Absolutely.
As well as training.
Or that they can also train you on how to use LinkedIn at an advanced level.
Right.
So there's all of that. You have that opportunity.
Okay.
There is also the opportunity, of course, you're meeting more than one customer at a time.
Yeah. So you're able to communicate your skills.
Yes.
With a larger audience instead of on a one-to-one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it also gives you the opportunity, of course, to really be you, for them to get to know you.
Yeah, personal branding.
Absolutely.
Personal branding is very important.
Yes, you are you. They get a feel for you. Of course, there'll be other people out there doing just what you do, but your customers will find you, and their customers will find them, and you don't need to worry about them.
No.
So
I often say that, actually. Don't worry about what your competitors are doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just focus on yourself, because people do buy into people.
Yes.
You know, there's a number of businesses that I've purchased services from, and I've known a lot of businesses, but then I've just felt I'm going to go with this particular person because there's just something that I relate to better than that other person. I think I'll get more out of it, and quite often your gut instinct actually tells you, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so can anybody do a workshop, or do you have to, I suppose you have to have a subject to talk about. But
you have to have a subject.
Can you turn most things into a workshop?
Yeah, pretty much any business owner can run a workshop of some kind, and I've got a very broad definition of workshop. So when somebody says to me workshop, I do tend to think of turning up on a set day at a set venue and everybody's there together, whether it's a 2-hour event or a 3-day event. But there are also webinars, there are also seminars, which is more of a talk about what you do.
Yeah.
But also I would include in that talks at networking groups, talk at interest groups. I would even include a 10-minute YouTube clip on an aspect of what you do. So broadly, my definition of a workshop would be any information imparting event.
Yeah, so something of value to a potential customer.
Yes.
So it's like I suppose it's like a stepping stone
Absolutely.
to your more advanced services and
Absolutely.
your more profitable services. So obviously you want to always upsell where you can.
Absolutely. And some people hate that word, upsell. So I say, okay, just say, show your customers the pathway then.
Yeah.
Of how they can continue doing work with you.
Yeah, you described it as a car park.
Yes, a multi-story sort of.
Yeah.
So if you consider your range of services as a multi-story offering, so you've got something that's a relatively low investment, and obviously you've got your high-end package, whatever that is, depending on your business, and some of your customers will come straight in up here, but others like to sort of come in round and get to know you better before they'll go to the top level.
And that comes down to the type of when I've done when I talk about conversion, especially with online and offline, there are different types of people that we have.
Yes.
So I often talk about my friend Neil, who still doesn't know that I talk about him, but he's what I call a cautious information seeker and a cautious buyer.
Yes.
So he will look around. He spent, and I say this, 3 years looking for a car. 3 years, and I'm like, Neil, 3 years, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, there are some models that have gone out, you know, and been replaced by a different model. And but he's very influenced by other people, and he likes to see recommendations.
Yes.
He likes to know about it before making that decision. So you're always going to get people who will make split decisions and go, yeah, you're the one, and others will go, I'm not quite sure. I need to go away and have a look at it. So it is about building blocks. So in that sense, they may buy something that's free from you to get some information about, well, actually, how good are you? You know, what am I going to get from this?
Yeah.
And then slowly, you know, those type of people you build up to.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. So planning a workshop, is there a difference between, say, planning a webinar to planning actually a physical one-day workshop?
Yes, there is, because obviously if it's a physical one-day workshop, there's so much more involved. You've got venue and all of that sort of stuff. And if people are required to turn up somewhere, particularly if it's a whole day or even more than one day, of course they need to free their diary up. So very few people are going to be able to turn up at a workshop at a week's notice. But, you know, conversely, people will turn up at a webinar within a few hours' notice if they're free, because, well, they can usually listen to it at their leisure anyway, listen to the recording. But in terms of the preparation of the actual event itself, from your point of view, the time is similar, because, of course, what you need to be very careful to consider is what is it that you want your customers to get out of it. And, of course, that's paramount, because whatever you're doing, it needs to be good value. For the people who aren't today going to go any further with you. Right. Because they may be the people that tomorrow are going to be, or they may be going to tell the people that are going to do business with you tomorrow.
No, do you know what, that's a good thing, because there's the referral side.
Absolutely.
Where someone goes, oh my God, I went to a great workshop the other day.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what was that? Oh, give me the name of that person. And you can say, oh, and she's doing a webinar.
Exactly.
You know, and then people can get on the back of that. So
that's right. So whatever you do needs to be of good value in itself, but also there is this thing about, well, what do you want to get out of it?
Yes.
What are you asking your customers to do next?
Yeah. Call to action.
Yeah.
As always. Call to action, guys. Come on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it can be very simple. It can be put your name and address on this form, and I'll send you my free download on how to. So it can be as non-threatening as that, or it can be a special offer on your £5,000 package. It can be anything, depending on what investment they've already made with you.
Yeah, and I suppose it depends on obviously what it is you're imparting in terms of the service, and the value to that individual, where they are with their business or in their life, and what they actually need out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Brilliant. What was the other question I was going to ask? It's quite a few people are quite self-conscious.
Yes.
Should it matter? Should they just take the bull by the horn and go, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway, and nobody's going to know if you really make a mistake, are they?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things, particularly with giving talks. People always worry and they say, "Oh, I missed out that chunk on something." And say, well, probably nobody knew, because they didn't know you were planning to say it. Yeah. So it really doesn't matter. And I know people do get very anxious about speaking and about running workshops and worry about getting it right. But
it hasn't got to be perfect.
No, it hasn't got to be perfect.
It's just got to be about you and getting that message across.
And like anything else, you can learn how to make it the best you can make it, and go on from there.
In fact, actually, if you do miss a chunk out by accident or purposely, you can always then offer that out as a small report or something like that, saying, oh, I forgot to tell you about this on the workshop because we were running out of time or something like that.
If it's a crucial bit.
And that's a good follow-up then for people, because then people are thinking, oh, she's given me even more information.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Rachel, it's been great. Very, very interesting and inspiring. I'm always inspired with everybody that I talk to, but workshops especially. So thank you very much.
You're welcome, Karen. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
See you soon, guys.